Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before starting the video, please go ahead and hit the subscribe button and give this video a like up. Let's go start now. At WWE Night of Champions 2025, Solo Sikoa defeated Jacob Fatu to become the new United States Champion. The new Bloodline leader got major assistance from JC Mateo, a returning Tongaloa, and a debuting Tala Tonga. With the new Bloodline expanding with each passing week, there is a possibility of Solo bringing back WWE legend Rikishi to television. The newly crowned U.S. champion may introduce the 425-pound Samoan as the manager of his faction. Rikishi's last appearance on the company's programming came at Survivor Series 2020. For those unaware, the 59-year-old star is the real-life father of Solo. The veteran gives his reactions from time to time on the developments related to the Bloodline saga. During a recent conversation with WWE President Nick Khan on What's Your Story? With Stephanie McMahon disclosed that the USOs told her that Solo is Rikishi's favorite son because he is the youngest in the family. Hence, it makes perfect sense for the Samoan legend to return to WWE TV as the manager of his son's faction. This will add an interesting element to the ongoing family feud, making it worth watching for fans. Later, the Triple H-led creative team could also incorporate Jimmy and Jey Uso into the mix. That said, the angle is speculative at this point. Rikishi recently commented on his potential WWE in-ring return. A few months ago, the veteran finally addressed his potential in-ring return in a Stamford-based promotion during an episode of the Rikishi Fatu Off the Top podcast. The real-life Bloodline member asserted that he wouldn't return to the squared circle. The Hall of Famer jokingly noted that the company hadn't offered him enough money to lace up his boots. It will be interesting to see if the former Intercontinental Champion makes an appearance on weekly programming in the future. Outside of wrestling, he enjoys painting, sketching, and immersing himself in the world of PC and PlayStation gaming, showcasing his creativity and love for entertainment. Love became a pro wrestling fan after watching Royal Rumble 2014 and became a Brock Lesnar guy following the 2015 edition of Royal Rumble. He admires the sheer power and dominance the Beast incarnate displayed in his triple threat match against John Cena and Seth Rollins. However, one of his favorite matches is Seth Rollins versus Randy Orton at WrestleMania 31, where Orton delivered one of the greatest RKOs ever. The WWE landscape is shifting rapidly, and nowhere is that more evident than in the ongoing saga of the Bloodline. With Roman Reigns still absent from WWE television following his loss to Cody Rhodes at WrestleMania 40, Solo Sikoa has assumed control, forcefully reshaping the group in his image. One of the boldest rumors making rounds in the WWE universe right now is that Solo Sikoa may soon introduce a 400-plus pound WWE legend as the new manager of the Bloodline, a move that could redefine the faction and shake SmackDown to its core. But who is this massive legend? Why would Solo bring in a manager now? And what could this mean for the future of the Bloodline? Let's explore the possibility in depth. The current Bloodline, a dangerous evolution. Ever since Roman Reigns stepped away from active competition, Solo Sikoa has gradually seized control of the Bloodline. He ousted Jimmy Uso, brought in Tama Tonga and Tongaloa, and recently introduced the terrifying Jacob Fatu, turning the group into a more volatile and violent version of its former self. However, what's been missing in this revamped faction is a figure of wisdom and command, someone who isn't just muscle, but also serves as a strategist, mouthpiece, and spiritual guide. In Roman's absence, there's a vacuum of legacy and leadership. This is where a legendary manager could come in. Who is the 400-plus pound legend? The leading speculation points to one name, Yokozuna, a WWE Hall of Famer, former WWE champion, and a towering presence in Samoan wrestling history. While Yokozuna tragically passed away in 2000, the buzz likely surrounds another living member of the Anoa'i family with a similar imposing frame and legendary status, Rikishi. Rikishi, who is the father of Solo Sikoa and the USOs, weighs over 400 pounds and has deep ties to both WWE and the Bloodline legacy. He's been off WWE TV for some time, but his return could be timed perfectly to insert himself into this new generation of the Bloodline. It's worth noting that Solo Sikoa is often portrayed as the silent enforcer, while the group lacks a formal voice or guiding elder. Rikishi, as a revered veteran, could serve as that stabilizing presence, and perhaps controversially align himself with Solo's vision. Why would Rikishi join Solo over the USOs? At first glance, it may seem unthinkable for Rikishi to turn on his sons, Jimmy and JUSO. However, WWE has long been built on shocking swerves and generational betrayal. Rikishi has always stressed his family's importance, and if he sees Solo as the rightful leader, or perhaps the only one capable of carrying the bloodline forward, he may justify this alignment as protecting the family legacy. Alternatively, WWE could play the angle that Rikishi tried to guide Jimmy and Jay, but they went their own way and failed to uphold the family's dominant reputation. Now, under Solo's rule, he may believe there's a renewed path to greatness, even if it means embracing darker methods. A manager role could elevate Solo and the new bloodline. Solo Sikoa is a force of nature in the ring, but he's still developing his presence on the mic. WWE has a long history of pairing silent, powerful figures with strong managers or mouthpieces. Think Paul Heyman with Brock Lesnar, or even earlier, Bobby Heenan with Andre the Giant. Adding Rikishi or another WWE legend of that stature could give credibility to Solo's claim as tribal chief, create compelling promos and storylines involving betrayal, honor, and family, provide an emotional anchor to connect the past and present generations, lead to explosive confrontations with Roman Reigns upon his return. Possible alternatives to Rikishi. If Rikishi isn't the one to step in, there are a few other 400-plus pound legends that could theoretically return in a managerial or enforcer role, though they're less likely than Rikishi. Mark Henry, though more associated with WWE's Hall of Pain era, and now signed to AEW, a return to WWE for a legacy role isn't impossible. However, his AEW ties make this unlikely. The Great Khali, at over 400 pounds and a former World Heavyweight Champion, Khali could be used in a cameo or symbolic role, though he lacks the family ties to the bloodline. Viscera Big Daddy V, another imposing figure, but he passed away in 2014. AFA or Sikoa, the Wild Samoans, already involved in early versions of the bloodline and could reappear for symbolic endorsement of Solo's new leadership. Ultimately, Rikishi remains the most logical and emotionally impactful choice. What could this lead to? If Rikishi or another massive legend joins Solo as the Bloodline's manager, it sets the stage for several high-stakes WWE stories. JUSO's return for revenge. Imagine the betrayal Jay feels seeing his father side with Solo. This could lead to an emotional family feud at SummerSlam or Survivor Series. Roman Reigns versus Solo Sikoa. The tribal chief could return to reclaim his throne, only to find his own uncle and cousin have turned the family against him. War Games or Bloodline Civil War. With multiple members on both sides, WWE could build toward a massive War Games match, Roman and Jay versus Solo's Bloodline. Final thoughts. Introducing a 400-plus pound WWE legend as the new manager of the Bloodline isn't just a rumor, it's a storytelling goldmine. With Solo Sikoa taking brutal control of the faction, the addition of someone like Rikishi could elevate the group to mythical levels while reigniting deeply personal family drama. Whether it leads to healing or further destruction, the WWE Universe is ready for the next chapter. And if that chapter begins with a 400-pound legend walking down the ramp to back Solo Sikoa, it will be must-see television.